All right, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking to Jimmy Palmiotti again. This time we're going to be talking about his new Kickstarter, Sex and Violence Volume 3. And this is an adult Kickstarter, so just a fair warning. But I know that Jimmy's schedule, so I'm going to go ahead and bring him in and we can start talking. Hey, how's it
Okay.
going?
Hey, man, your sound's still a little weird. It's cutting in and out, your sound. It's still kind of bouncing around a little bit. So I don't know if can you hear it on your end or no?
No, I can't hear it on my end.
Now it's better? When you were announcing it went weird. Anyway, hi, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, always a tech problem, right?
Yeah, I wonder if it's StreamYard or I don't have the problem on Zoom too much, but StreamYard is like iffy sometimes. Sometimes it's great,
Yeah.
sometimes it's not. Might be the billion people using it right now.
All right. Well, hopefully it'll be fine for our interview. And I don't want to keep you too long because I know you probably have other things you need to be doing.
Yeah,
Let's talk about. So Les talked about a couple months ago about Kill Pop. How did that Kickstarter finally end up?
Yeah, Pop Kill, we did really well. Because Juan Santa Cruz actually got the last issue done in time, we condensed the Kickstarter to have issue 3 and 4. So we were able to do the 4-issue series in 3 Kickstarters, and it went very successful. So much so, everybody got their books by now, and we delivered all the books and all the pledge levels within a month of the Kickstarter ending, which is what we try to do. Not always easy to do because you have printing stuff, but we try to get everybody the books as quick as we can because we know how people they even impulse buy. So we make sure everybody gets their stuff real quick, and then we had the green light to launch our next Kickstarter, which was the one that's up right now. It's been up for a week, called Sex and Violence Volume 3, which is a follow-up to obviously Volume 1 and 2. These are books, these are compilation books that I've done in the past with Justin Gray, where we have it features like 2, 3, or 4 stories and connected around the themes of sex and violence. So it's like open season, and it's mature readers because there's nudity and there's violence in it and there's language. So it's not for the kids, but this is our 3rd one. So we're happy to bring this. We have 3 more weeks. People can get in on this, although some of the levels are starting to sell out. So I always say the first week of the Kickstarter is very telling. Like, people go for certain things right away. But I think it's going along great. I mean, we hit our goal in 2 days. So now we're just trying to keep the campaign active and get it out there to people.
So tell me a little bit about what you had in the first 2 volumes, and who are there different creators working on the 3rd volume?
Yeah, so in the first 2 were basically stories just by me and Justin Gray. We each we did a separate story. And the 3rd volume has some other people. We brought in Patrick Wedge to write one of the stories, and we try to mix up the talent with every book. So I have a story by Jimmy Broxton, and we have another story. There's a whole bunch of different artists, Lee Ferguson, and there's Marco Perugini. There's new people, and then we have pinups, and we kind of make it like a big art jam in there as well. And we just hit a stretch goal where we're going to add some extra pinups in the book. So we got an okay from Dan Panosian and a couple of other artists that are going to do some more work for the book. As we hit the stretch goals, we're trying to make the book a little fatter, a little bigger, and have more cool stuff. But this volume is the same. This volume has 4 stories in it. We usually have 2 or 3. This one has 4 because Justin did a 2-part story that kind of connects, and they're both short stories with different artists. And then I did the main story with Amanda Connor, and I wrote the main story, the opening story in the book, and then Patrick Wedge and Lee Ferguson did a sci-fi story in the middle. So we like to bounce around the genres too, because the story I did is a kind of a revenge story, a female perspective revenge story, and the other three stories cover a pretty wide range of the themes that we present. So it's kind of a fun book, and again, my dream is to you and I will be talking about Sex and Violence Volume 35 one day. That would be nice. That's the dream.
Sex and violence is a very broad topic with a lot of room for stories to be told.
Yes. Well, and again, it's like, here's what it's not. It's not superheroes, right? So it's not superheroes. It's not, it's not a lot of different things. I like to do books that, my mainstream work, obviously superheroes, Harley, and, all is the regular DC and Marvel characters. So it's nice to dig in and do some mature audience work. And also, I got permission from the Frazetta girls to use the piece that you see in the solicitation. That's a Frank Frazetta drawing that nobody's ever seen. It's never been printed in a book. It's never been seen. So we got to do that as a cover. So if you get the regular copy, it has that on the cover with this beautiful design by John J. Hill around it. We're trying to do different things. We had a Joe Linsner cover for it. And then Amanda always does a mystery cover. That's the one that's almost selling out. I think her mystery cover is, I think we have some copies left, but her covers are the first ones to go. And let's see. Oh, that one's all gone. Let me just hang on 1 second. I'm looking at the Amanda one. Okay, we have 40 covers left out of 200. That's always the first one to go, and that's always, so we only do 200 editions of that book with that cover, and that's it. I mean, we print a little extra because sometimes we have damages in shipping, and we print the extras for the sets too. But we limit the run, and that's it. And the funny thing is, what I'm having with this Sex and Violence Kickstarter is everybody wants the first two covers by Amanda, and I keep reminding people that it's a Kickstarter, and when they sell out, I don't have any more. So
right.
So that is the collector's end of a Kickstarter, as opposed to the reader's end, where people just want to read the book. There's a certain amount of people that collect these, and it's really nice that we never, ever, ever see volume 1 and 2 ever for sale anywhere. Like, not on eBay, not at a store, nothing. So it means that people are buying it and keeping it, which is pretty flattering. Maybe they're sitting on it, so it'll be worth money. I have no idea what they're doing. I'm hoping they read it, though.
Yeah. So let's kind of talk about the different levels. You've already mentioned that there are some of them. What else do you have for people who are, want to take advantage of this Kickstarter?
I think the best level that we offer, there's the initial pledge, which is for the digital book. So you can get a digital copy of Sex and Violence number 3, the new one we're offering, for only $6. And it's a 64-page book with a lot of material for $6. It's not bad. We have 71 backers on that already. And we love that because it can be delivered all over the world. But the real deal we have is the next level for $15, which you get volume 1, 2, and 3 in a digital package sent right to your mailbox. And these are the best selling. I think we sold a couple of hundred of them already, because this is no mailing, no show. 323 backers already on that, and it makes sense because you can be anywhere in the world, and this will just come straight to your email. And it's the easiest things. We fulfill this once the Kickstarter ends, and then Kickstarter okays that we got all the money. We actually send the book out that day. So there's no big wait. When the campaign ends, you wait a couple of days and you get the books, the digital books, right away. And we send that to everybody, even the people that backed the physical levels. We send the new PDF for number 3 to everyone, all in one shot. So that's my favorite level, because I have guys from New Zealand, and one guy from Beijing, one girl I had from Germany, And so all these people are able to get the digital thing without having to deal with, 25, 30, and sometimes more money for the postage for the books. Collectors like me love the books, but I totally get if you're in South America and you want to read these, it's $15 and you get 3 books. It's a great deal. So that's my favorite reward for anybody going in. And then it's $28 for the actual book, which is you get the Fazetta cover, you get the full book. We hit this first stretch goal, so there's extra pages added to it, and then also you get the digital volume, so you get into 2 things. And then we have chase levels. We have a Joe Linsner cover for the it's a $40 version, and that's limited with Joe. Obviously, there's a banner covering her chest because we don't want to show anything, but that banner does not come with your cover. It comes taken off. Joe did a beautiful piece for that. So we have a Joe limited cover. Anyway, yeah. So we have a level that just has the Fazetta cover, so the banner's gone, and that's exactly what the original artwork looks like. So that's kind of a cool level. And then we always have an Amanda Conner mystery cover, and that's the one that we usually sell out right away because Amanda does full-on crazy nudity, and it's fun. The themes are fun, and if you know her artwork, there's a theme of being fun and sexy and in a very Betty Page kind of tease way. And then after that we have packages with just the groups of books or all the covers or some print set type. We have mini print set with some prints. We try to offer what we learned by doing the 3 of them is eventually we figure out what people want. And then, there's the stretch goals, which we just hit 40. So that's some more pinups. And then 50, we add another digital book to everybody. Everyone who backs it gets another book. And then at 60, we have some ideas with the printer that we're going to go over to make the books like the stock heavier. We spot varnish is another thing we do on a book. I mean, all these things cost a little more money, but they make the volume beautiful. Like when you hold it, you're like, okay, this feels like $1 million, And then as we go, trading cards, we're going to add to the physical tiers and 75K top secret. I hope we get to 75K because that'll be a game changer for the book. So I have my fingers crossed. We still have 3 weeks. Obviously, doing a show like this, we can get your audience, maybe a couple of people in your audience, to at least take a look at it. That's all I hope for.
Mom, don't look at it.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you have coming up through, your own company that the Paper Cut Films?
Did you? I'm sorry, because it got broken. What I got coming up?
Yeah. Is there anything you can talk about? Yes.
Sure. I wrote the opening chapter of a Anthrax book about featuring the artwork and talking about their songs. And I wrote this opening comic book format piece for it that Nelson DeCastro is illustrating, and that's for the band Anthrax. And then Amanda and I are working on the Blondie biography, which is a massive project that's going to take us into next fall. And then in the meantime, Amanda and I are also writing Red Sonja series, which starts, I think, in May. So it's solicited now. And that is drawn by Moritat, the gentleman who I worked with on Killing Time in America and also on All-Star Western for DC. We did Jonah Hex for a couple of years together.
Great series.
Yeah, and he's a great artist, and his Red Sonja is just stunning. I think there's pictures up on Dynamite. If you look on Dynamite's website, there's some pages of it. So that's pretty much it. I mean, Amanda and I are waiting to get our shots, waiting for the age to range so we can be in that range to get our shots, so we can start doing a little traveling, or at least as she says, she just wants to hug her parents. So
I know how that feels. So
yeah.
And I figure it's probably going to be another year before any big cons.
I think you'll see something by the end of the year. There'll be something, somebody will throw a big show. I personally look forward to the smaller shows. I do like the idea of a hotel, hotel room, room in a hotel, having like 30 or 40 tables full of comics. I think that's my favorite kind of convention to do. I'm not a big fan of the big name actors charging $250 an autograph, and then people walking around with no money in their pocket after the con. I do like a traditional comic book show with a couple of comic book artists and writers and a bunch of dealers. I'm a collector too, so I walk that room and buy comics.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that I really enjoyed the Harley Quinn, the Birds, which is one of the reasons why I chose it when I wrote my CR list earlier this year.
Oh yeah, the trade book I think just came out right this last week. So I think I have a copy right here. Let me see. I have a copy right here, so we can show the audience. I have everything. This is the collected edition. Actually, let me take the. If I take the dust jacket off, the cover has my green screen's making it look a little weird, but if you open it up, it's actually the cover for number 2. Let me get
very nice.
Yeah, with the little DC logo, and then the extra cool thing about this is it not only has the 4 issues of the book, but Amanda and I did a story after the book ended, for the Harley Black and White and Red. So they actually printed that story in the back of it. It was only available digitally. It's by Chad Hardin, drawn by Chad Hardin. So we did not expect that in this book. So if you're a completist, this is pretty much the last book of everything we've ever done with Harley Quinn in it, because they came out with the 3 omnibuses, which pretty much covered our regular run. I think it was 117 issues or stories or something, just some crazy number. But I'm really happy with how this came out, and it's in stores now. So it's fun. It's a fun comic.
It is. Yeah. So we're gonna, before we wrap up, if you just want to kind of give a last pitch of the Kickstarter and where people can find you on social media.
Okay.
And,
all right. Well, you can find me on Instagram under my name, Jimmy Palmiotti. You can find me on Twitter under J Palmiotti, and you can also find the links to the Kickstarter Sex and Violence under both. So it'll be in my bio on Instagram, and on Twitter, it's actually, you can find it right on my page. It's pinned to the top of the page. So when you go to my Twitter account, or you can look for Sex and Violence, go to Kickstarter and look Sex and Violence. I think we're one of the featured books this week. We have 23 days left on the Kickstarter. We have lots of cool things going on with the book. There's a lot of different variety for people who like different art styles with the covers. There's something for collectors. There's something for people that love the themes of the story. We even have a back cover by Gilbert Hernandez, which is pretty awesome. There's some cool stuff in the books. And again, the campaign's going for a couple more weeks, but we love if you get in on it early, so we can make the we can actually bring some of the stretch goal levels to light. If we get something going, and even if it doesn't interest you, if people can take a minute or two and share it with other people, I would greatly appreciate that.
Well, I want to thank you again for taking time out of your schedule to just chat, because it's a pleasure.
Well, thanks, Chad. It's always fun. It's always fun.
And excuse me. And hopefully, one day we'll get to meet at a con, maybe a smaller one, and I can get my Dutch Courage stuff signed.
There you go. I'll definitely, whatever you give me, I'll definitely draw all over it for you. It's long overdue. Okay, buddy?
All right. Well, thank you very much. Stay safe and stay healthy, and hope to hear from you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Bye.